Hello everyone, hope you are doing well. Welcome to Science and Tech series with Dr. Ved Rana. Topic for today's discussion is from General Science section. Recently you have seen that Nobel Prizes for 2020 have been announced. So in this lecture we will be covering the category in field of medicine or physiology as well as physics, because these two awards have been announced and their contributions are quite significant from not only from the science perspective but from examination perspective as well. So let's decode the Nobel Prize winners of 2020 in field of medicine and physiology first. So there are three recipients this time, and generally you will see the trend in field of the technical fields like physics, chemistry, or you could say medicine. There are two or more recipients generally. So this year the award has been bestowed to the Harvey Alter. There is Charles Rice, as well as there is another gentleman with the name of the Michael Houghton. So these three were mainly responsible for the detection, or you could say diagnosis, of the hepatitis C virus. Now this currently the world is witnessing the COVID-19 pandemic, and we have seen how viruses can cause a catastrophic damage. Even in case of hepatitis, this particular strain still after this discovery, almost you could say the 4 lakh people annually die of this disease and many other millions get infected. So it's not that they just detected the strain. This diagnosis is quite relevant because hepatitis A and B had been detected and they were mainly linked to contaminated food and water. The blood transmission was not known. So once that blood transmission was detected that this virus is mainly transmitted through blood, that's what really made a hell lot of difference in diagnosing the disease. So we will be focusing first of all, because in examination these names are not too important but their discovery is. So in this lecture let's just quickly brush up the facts related to hepatitis C disease. First of all, as the name suggests, you have to break the word. Hepatic means liver. Itis words inflammation. So basically this is a disease in which you will see the inflammation of hepatic tissues, and it mainly damages the liver. Liver, we all know, is one of the largest gland of our body, performs multiple functions, right from secretions of enzymes to other, you could say, drug detoxification. It produces bile as well. So that list goes on. There are 10 to 12 functions you could brush up from your biology and NCERT. Now the positive agent is HCV, hepatitis C virus. So there is no complicated name involved. You just have to memorize the virus. And to more go into the specific, this virus is an RNA virus, just like majority of viruses which have been in use. So it is a ribovirus. Now coming to the main part which the examiner is likely to ask is the transmission, that how is this disease transmitted from one individual to another. So it's a blood-borne virus. I'm once again reiterating that fact, because so how the transmission is possible? It could be through infected needles. Some drug users carrying syringes is a possible risk factor. Then unscreened blood transfusion, that's one of the most major factors which was responsible for high fatality rate in this case. So now you can see the bloods are screened for not only AIDS but also hepatitis C, because this transmission risk cannot be ruled out. And also the vertical transmission from mother to fetus is also a possibility. So anything to do with the large quantity of blood is associated with this, and also the sexual intercourse is also. So you can see that more or less the transmission angle is closely related, just like the other viral disease which is AIDS. So make sure you don't confuse these two. And then there is no vaccine available yet, because we all know developing a vaccine for viruses remains a challenge, and hepatitis C vaccine is still not there. Yes, vaccine for hepatitis B exists, which was asked in examination in UPSC as well when they were trying to confuse you with AIDS and hepatitis C. if you could recall, Mission Indradhanush or pentavalent vaccination both have coverage for hepatitis B. Hepatitis B is also similar disease which infects liver, but the strain is different and the mode of transmission as well as the vaccine exists for that disease. So make sure you don't get confused between hepatitis B and hepatitis C, because this is where the challenge is. Yes, the treatment exists there. The drugs available have a success rate of almost 95%. So if a healthy person is getting infected with hepatitis C, is likely to recover if the timely detection, proper screening is done, and is put on the right antiviral medicines. Now, from pre perspective, make sure you also go through the other hepatitis strain. There are 5 strains: hepatitis A, B, C, D, and E. The mainly you should focus on hepatitis B and C, because these are the ones on which examination might focus. And also, this virus is found only in the chimpanzee and humans. So they might try to confuse you with some other animal species or some other, just we have seen in previous lectures, the swine is one of the common species which is being infected with virus or bat, but there is no such linkage associated till date with hepatitis C virus. And it cannot be transmitted through breast milk, or you could say to the normal contact, or you could say sneezing, coughing, airborne droplet infection. So make sure you don't get misled by any such hypothetical statements which are included in the examination. So I hope that these are some of the major facts regarding the hepatitis C virus, and these were the minds behind who detected this hepatitis C virus strain, and which help us in developing the right protocols for diagnosis as well as the treatment. Now today we have the right treatment for this disease. So this is why this discovery is quite significant. So the next category is Nobel Prize in Physics. This is once again an important category, and this year Roger Penrose, Genzel and Andrea Ghez has won the accolades for their discoveries relating to the black hole. Now this is more or less a geographical, or you could say a space concept, and it remains till date one of the most intriguing themes in which the light even cannot pass through, but still we are understanding a lot, and they have made a significant insight. And Andrea has become the 4th woman to win the prize in women's in the physics category, Marie Curie being the first one. So in this, it's and you have to understand the Penrose contribution was that he linked the Einstein's theory of relativity had been responsible for giving insights into the black hole. So it is, you can say, he has taken forward the theory of relativity and applied it to the black hole concept. And Ghez and Genzel are mainly responsible for detecting the black hole in our own Milky Way. It is a large black hole which is supermassive, which lies in center of the Milky Way galaxy. So they confirmed its presence. So this is why this discovery is being celebrated. So make sure the basic facts regarding the stages of star as well as the basic concepts regarding black hole should be revised, and also they might try to confuse you that about the Penrose, that which concept was applied to deduce or come to conclusion about black hole. So that's Einstein's theory of relativity, which was never received the Nobel Prize, but nevertheless Einstein received for the photoelectric effect. So this is what we have in the medicine and physics category. We are eagerly awaiting for the Nobel Prize in chemistry and the other fields like literature, which was not given last year. So let's see who are the winners this time. So make sure you also follow them along with the economics ones. So I hope this session on the basic current affair on science was a useful one to all of you. Thank you very much.